breaking the curse, how Black mothers are rewriting the rules of love at 49. What if the most radical thing a Black woman could do is finally choose softness after surviving hell? I recently had the profound honor of sitting down with Barbara Winslow, a warrior, a mother of 10, and a woman who is rewriting what it means to love unconditionally at 49 years old. Barbara isn't just surviving, she's transforming the entire conversation around Black motherhood, resilience, and generational healing. She's teaching us that the most beautiful gift an African American woman can give is stopping the cycle of pain by showing up real and whole for the next generation. Barbara Winslow is changing the world one honest conversation at a time, proving that it's never too late to break the curse and choose love over everything that tried to destroy you. And here's what Barbara taught me during our conversation: there's a lie we've been sold, a myth so deeply embedded in our culture that we don't even question it anymore. It's the belief that your past mistakes as a teen mom, as a survivor of abuse, as someone who lost businesses and battled systems designed to break you, define you forever. That at 49, after DCF battles, after homelessness, after watching your husband destroy your family, after losing a six-bedroom house and two businesses, you can't rise again. You can't pour unconditional love into your children. You can't be the mother you were meant to be. Barbara Winslow looked that lie in the face and said, no. She told me something that shook me to my core. She said, I've always been here. I've been watching from a distance. There is nothing my children can ever do to stop me from loving them or make me leave them. After over a decade of separation, some of her children are finally reaching back. And what does she tell them? I love you unconditionally. I will never leave. Your family is who accepts you as you are, beautiful and risk taking and whole. That's not just motherhood, that's revolution. Because here's the truth we don't talk about enough: Black women, especially those of us between 38 and 55, have spent our entire lives in survival mode. We've led teams, raised families, held down households, carried communities on our backs. We've been the glue, the backbone, the cape wearing superheroes who never get to rest. And now we're exhausted. We're done. We're ready to shift from constantly grinding to finally grounding in joy, in peace, in softness, in self prioritization. This is what I call the soft girl era. And Barbara Winslow is living proof that it's never too late to step into it. Let me share 3 lessons Barbara taught me. Lessons that every Black woman, every mother, every entrepreneur breaking chains needs to hear. Lesson number 1: embrace your growth at any age. At 49, Barbara turned survival scars into wisdom. She didn't hide her past, she didn't pretend the abuse, the DCF battles, the homelessness, the betrayal never happened. She used it. She shared real talk with her children about what she survived so they could be shielded from repeating those cycles. She became the mother she needed when she was young. And she did it by being honest, by being present, by refusing to let shame silence her voice. Lesson number 2: love unconditionally no matter what. Barbara told her children, I've always been here. Nothing stops my love. That's the kind of love that heals generations. That's the kind of love that says, you are accepted as you are. You are beautiful. You are worthy. Family isn't just blood. Family is who shows up. Family is who accepts you when the world tries to tear you down. And Barbara showed up even when it hurt, even when the system tried to keep her away, even when the distance felt unbearable. Lesson number 3: stop the curse by being your fun, joyful self. Barbara said something that made me laugh and cry at the same time. She said, judge yourself by your happy, fun core. Say it with a smile, even if others don't agree. That's entrepreneurial spirit rising. She refused to let the world's judgment define her. She chose joy. She chose laughter. She chose to see herself as beautiful, as worthy, as enough. And that choice, that radical act of self love, is what breaks the curse. Now, I want to share three powerful stories of Black women who, like Barbara Winslow, broke generational curses through motherhood resilience and entrepreneurship. These stories aren't just inspiring, they're proof that transformation is possible at any age, after any trauma, in any circumstance. Let me tell you about a woman born into poverty in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother. This little girl survived childhood sexual abuse, poverty, teen pregnancy loss, and early career firings. She could have let those experiences define her. Instead, she channeled her pain into education. She launched a talk show to share wisdom with millions. She built a media empire called Harpo Productions. Today, Oprah Winfrey is a billionaire who has empowered millions through philanthropy and reconciled family ties. Her story mirrors Barbara's journey of late blooming wisdom after abuse and trauma, proving that you can rise at any age and stop the curse by sharing your truth. Oprah didn't just survive, she transformed her pain into a platform that healed generations. She showed us that our wounds don't have to be our endings, they can be our beginnings. Let me tell you about another woman, an orphaned Black daughter of Louisiana sharecroppers who faced hair loss from harsh conditions, poverty, and widowhood at a young age with a daughter to raise. She didn't give up. Madam C.J. Walker invented scalp treatments, trained sales agents, mostly Black women, and shared business wisdom with her daughter, Alalia. She became the first self made female millionaire in America and created jobs for over 40,000 Black women. Her daughter became a leader of the Harlem Renaissance. Madam Walker's story embodies the Black mom entrepreneur rising after hardship to gift business wisdom and halt generational poverty and abuse. She built factories and salons, revolutionizing Black beauty and creating economic freedom for thousands. She turned her pain into power, her struggle into strategy, her survival into a legacy that still echoes today. And let me tell you about the first Black woman CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Ursula Burns was raised by a single Panamanian mother in New York City housing projects. Her mother washed floors and instilled a no excuses mentality that drove Ursula to pursue STEM education. She climbed from intern to CEO at Xerox, grew company revenue by 50%, and mentored her son to thrive professionally. Ursula's story shows how midlife Black mom wisdom from hellish starts fuels next generation success, aligning perfectly with entrepreneurial curse breaking. Her mother's grit became her foundation, her determination became her legacy, and her success became a blueprint for every Black woman who dared to dream beyond her circumstances. These women, like Barbara Winslow, refused to let their past define their future. They turned pain into power. They transformed survival into wisdom. They broke the curse by showing up, by being real, by loving unconditionally. And here's what happens when more Black mothers and families grab hold of this truth: generational curses shatter, wealth builds, children birth new lives free from the trauma that haunted their parents. Data shows that Black women now own 19% of women led businesses, and that number is growing fast despite systemic barriers like higher unemployment rates. We're turning pain into self made empires that heal families and communities. We're rewriting the rules. We're choosing softness without apology. But let's be honest, this isn't easy. The world taught us survival, not softness. It taught us to hustle, not to heal. It taught us to carry the cape, not to put it down. And for Black women, especially those of us who've survived abuse, poverty, systemic racism, and family trauma, softness feels like a luxury we can't afford. But what if softness isn't a luxury? What if it's a necessity? What if choosing rest, choosing boundaries, choosing unconditional self love is the most revolutionary thing we can do? Barbara Winslow taught me that at 49, after losing everything, after surviving hell, you can still choose joy. You can still choose laughter. You can still choose to show up for your children with nothing but love and truth. And that choice, that radical act of presence, is what breaks the curse. Barbara also reminded me of something profound. She said, your family is who brings you in, your family is who accepts you. There's a whole life out here once you stop judging the world for what you think they judge you and start judging you for who you are. Happy, fun, outgoing, risk taking, who knows what. But you're beautiful and you don't need anybody else for that. And if anybody in your life, no matter family, blood, friend, foe, makes you feel less than beautiful, say it. They don't have to agree. But when you say it, smile and know that you agree with yourself. That right there is the key. Agreeing with yourself, choosing yourself, loving yourself so fiercely that no one else's opinion can shake your foundation. Because the truth is, your family is who accepts you as you are. Your strength isn't measured by how much you can carry, but by how willing you are to put the cape down and choose yourself. Your softness isn't weakness, it's power, it's healing. It's the gift you give to the next generation so they don't have to survive the way you did. Barbara Winslow is living proof that it's never too late to break the curse. It's never too late to choose love. It's never too late to step into your soft girl era and reclaim the joy, rest, and freedom you deserve without guilt, without apology, without explanation. So let's stop judging ourselves for what we think the world judges us for. Let's start judging ourselves by who we really are: happy, fun, risk taking, beautiful, whole. And let's say it with a smile, knowing that we agree with ourselves even if no one else does. Because when we choose softness, when we choose healing, when we choose unconditional love, we don't just change our own lives. We change the trajectory of every generation that comes after us. We break the curse. We build the legacy. We become the mothers, the leaders, the entrepreneurs our children and our communities need. This is the soft girl era. This is the sacred pause Black women have been waiting for. This is the deep exhale from the Superwoman script. This is the quiet but powerful return to softness, rest, self trust, and radical joy. And it starts with a decision to stop carrying what was never yours to carry, a decision to stop apologizing for needing rest, a decision to stop shrinking yourself to make others comfortable, a decision to finally choose you. So here's my challenge: not tomorrow, not next week, right now. I want you to think about one thing you've been carrying that's not yours. One role, one expectation, one burden, one lie that says you're not enough unless you're everything to everyone. And I want you to put it down right here, right now. Put it down and walk away. And then I want you to do something radical. I want you to look in the mirror or close your eyes and see yourself clearly and say these words out loud. I love you unconditionally. I'm here always. You are beautiful. You are worthy. You are enough. Say it until you believe it. Say it until it becomes your truth. Say it until the world's judgment fades and all that's left is your own voice, strong and clear and full of love. Because that's how we break the curse. That's how we rewrite the rules. That's how we build a legacy of love that echoes through generations. Barbara Winslow showed us the way. Oprah showed us the way. Madam Walker showed us the way. Ursula Burns showed us the way. And now it's our turn. So who's with me? Who's ready to drop the cape, embrace the softness, and step into the most powerful version of themselves? Who's ready to choose love over fear, joy over judgment, rest over hustle? The soft girl era isn't coming, it's here. And it's calling your name. Answer it.